What's up, everybody? We are here with Carrie Milburn, Bandbox artist featured in the September Geek Box. She did the dude print.
Hi,
That
Carrie.
print was so awesome. It was well received by just about everybody in the community.
A lot of the times, the variants are sought after, but everybody was wanting the rainbow styled one. And actually, now that I'm talking about that, what inspired the
Mhm.
style?
I don't know. It just kind of came to me. Like I just been playing with different styles. And as you know, I kind of do black and white and color, whatever. But I don't know. This one I really like because I think it's a really free way to paint. Like I don't really know what it's gonna look like when I go into it. I just kind of like sketch out the
Really?
face, really just kind of go with the curves of the face and the cheekbones and the lines and shadows that I see. And obviously I change the shapes and colors kind of as I go, but I don't know, man. It's like meditation for me, that style of painting. I and I love color. Color makes you feel something,
That's
so
true. That's true.
yeah. So I think it just brings, it's just energetic and cool. And I don't know, man. I really trained for it. It just kind of is something that I learned
Something
on.
that happened. How long did it take you to sign the 2,500 art prints?
Yeah, that was something else. I grabbed a couple bottles of wine and I stayed in that weekend, and just yeah, it was kind of a weekend long process. I would do it for a while and then I would take a
Back here
break,
and there.
but I gotta say, Sharpie needs to up their silver Sharpie game because those things, man, they last maybe like 100, prints. You're grabbing for another one. So
Yay.
I went through probably about 10 Sharpies and probably numerous hours throughout the weekend. Probably at least, I don't know how many, probably at least 5 to 8 hours. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
How how old were you when you knew you had and it is a gift because I'm like totally stick figured out, man. How old were you when you knew you had it?
Um, it's really nice to hear that. I worked really hard and I've worked for a long time to get where I'm at. When I was 5 years old, I was going around like trying to sell little sketch drawings to the neighbors for a nickel. So I've been doing it kind of my whole life. Unfortunately, from my 20s until my 40s, I didn't do hardly any art. I was in the working world, and I was just caught up in a bunch of crap, and I didn't take the time. I didn't take the time. And for me, it's like I said, it's meditation. Like it's my drug. So that's, you know, I regret all those years that I didn't nurture that creative side of me. So if any of you out there aren't nurturing your creative side, do it, man, because it's good for you.
They always say
And
do what you love, right?
Yeah, definitely.
another thing I noticed looking through a lot of it is instead of canvas, and I'm assuming here that they're wood palettes. What made you go that route? Is it because of the paint or
I love wood and I like, I'm very limited in my woodworking skills, but I can at least use, a skill saw and I can cut and sand and make things. So, my dad was a woodworker and, so I
Oh,
guess I probably get that from him, but, I like painting on wood because I like the rustic feel of it. It's a whole different ballgame than painting on canvas, two totally different styles, but it's just different. Like I get bored with one thing, so I have to do a bunch of different stuff. I have to
that's
try new things all the time.
is there
awesome.
something
Awesome.
you're
That's awesome.
currently trying on a different canvas or
Right now,
yeah?
well, right now I'm pretty much just being boring and doing some canvas stuff. And I just got done with this Mike Tyson back here, and that literally took me 2 months to do. So
I
Oh,
was
wow.
just gonna ask about that. Well, I was gonna ask you earlier, but
that's
yeah,
what I
how long did it take you to get that? Was that for someone? Is that for you? Is what inspired that?
I am like the hugest Tyson fan, and I know some people disagree with me and don't like his character or whatever, but I've loved Mike Tyson since day one. I'm almost not quite as old as he is, but I'm old enough to where I kind of grew up watching him with my dad
Yeah,
and
same here.
stuff.
Right.
He is who he is. That's the thing. You either like him or hate him. He is, you know.
That's very true.
Right.
himself.
And I actually had the opportunity to meet him back in 2003. Just randomly
wow.
ran into him in the Las Vegas airport, and nobody, for some reason, there was people all around us, and nobody knew he was standing right there. And I'm like zoomed right in on,
Tyson.
got to talk with him for a while. And I'll be honest with you, I've met quite a few famous people, and he was probably one of the absolute coolest people I've ever met. So
cool.
Awesome.
and I know he's fighting this weekend. And so I don't know. One of my girlfriends says that he's a little washed up, but I don't care what she says, Michelle. So I hope to watch him fight this weekend. So
I've actually noticed that you've done a couple unboxings of the Bandbox on your YouTube channel.
yeah, I just started.
Yeah, which I believe is Carrie Milburn. That's the name of the channel. What's your favorite item that you've received from BAM so far?
Oh, definitely. I've only been a BAMmer since August. I didn't know about BAMBox until they actually approached me about the artwork deal. So I loved it right away, and I started subscribing. But my last box, I get the Geek box, the Paul Sorvino autograph.
Mm-hmm.
Goodfellas. Goodfellas is probably my favorite movie ever. So I freaked when I saw that.
That's awesome. Yeah, that was kind of a loaded question. When I saw the video, I'm like, yeah, I think that's going to be her answer right there.
Yeah.
So I got an off-the-wall question. I've read that you live in a house that's over 100 years old, on a farm that used to be a moonshine house during Prohibition. Have you found any secret stashes of old moonshine lying around?
That's so funny that you're doing your homework, man. When we moved in here, we had to have the foundation done, and it was all dug out underneath the house, and there was a bunch of bottles and things left over from that era. So yes,
wow.
There's a lot of evidence left behind.
Oh, wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, pretty trippy.
I would have been there excited looking at all that stuff, man. I like stuff from that era.
Yeah. Where are you
Nothing
guys?
valuable found, nothing still fooled, like nothing at all, or just like bottles and tools and stuff like that.
Bottles and stuff like that. And then we had to do the siding on our house. And when we pulled up the old siding, there was like old newspapers from World War II. And
Wow.
That's what's up.
bunch of Nazi stuff. Yeah, well, not Nazi stuff, but articles about Hitler and things. So that was pretty trippy. Seabiscuit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't know. It's. I'm sure there's some stuff buried out in the backyard, but.
That's cool. That's cool. Did BAM ask for the dude print, or was it more of a collaboration to fit your artistic style?
They liked my colorful, the rainbow abstract look, and so they asked specifically for. They didn't tell me exactly what to do, which was cool. They kind of left it open, but just said they'd like a Big Lebowski, something done in that style, and they didn't tell me what to do, which was pretty cool. So
well, you definitely nailed it.
So you picked.
Yes, you did.
Where do you find the inspiration for your art comes from the most? Whether it be like a jingle on the radio or maybe something in a film?
Yeah, I just think nostalgia. Whether it's music, I'm a huge music fan, pop culture fan. Stuff we grew up with as a kid that we can watch 10 times or listen to, or 10 times, watch hundreds of times or listen to hundreds of times and never get tired of it. And that's pretty much my biggest inspiration, I would have to say. Yeah.
If you could choose one, what is your favorite piece of artwork that you have personally created?
Well, usually it's the last one, whatever it is I did last, right? But I'm going to probably go with the Tyson. I also did a Chris Cornell collage. I'm a big Soundgarden fan, being from Seattle area. And I did a collage of him that was 4 feet tall after he passed. So that's another one I really like.
My last question, and I didn't ask it because you pretty much answered it. But what was your because you said you were selling off as a 5-year-old kid, little drawings and stuff. I was going to ask, what was your first commission? How old were you and what was it?
I think my first one was a good friend of mine named Elizabeth. Shout out to E. And bought a Jimi Hendrix that I had painted on an actual wood palette, because that was like the first thing I ever tried to paint on. I don't know, this was probably like 7 years ago now. And it wasn't very good.
Just recent then? God, I thought I was thinking something from back. Damn.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
I was doing I was doing social media, and I actually did stuff for Big Brother and Survivor, the shows like this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a long story, but once I was done with all that, I got laid off from that. I kind of went off, and that's when I started really doing art. So it was only been since like 2012-ish, 2013. So pretty recent.
Speaking of, what are the different mediums that you do work with, and which medium in the future would you like to expand into your arsenal of artistic abilities?
I like to say I do pretty much everything, but no oil paint. I do mostly acrylic and a little bit of watercolor here and there. I love doing things with cement. I make stuff out of cement in the springtime. And I'd probably like to get into clay and do like sculpture.
Ooh,
Nice.
that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, I've noticed some of your skulls that grow moss on them that you have on your website.
Yeah. Yeah, those are
Is it-
cool. Those are just from a mold. So like I didn't make those by hand. I mean, I make it by hand, but it's from a mold. But yeah, I make some other things just totally by hand too that are maybe a little more creative. But I love using molds as well. So I just love making stuff, man. It's like addicting to me. Cool.
See, that's what I like about BAM is we get to see artists that we had no clue about. And so when I saw your print, I was like, holy wow. So I mean, kudos. That's just awesome that we found you. So thank you.
Thank you. I love that about BAM too. I'm always excited about the art prints. It's really cool to find new artists, and there's definitely some good ones there. I love the Bill and Ted I got like a couple of months ago too. I thought that was
Oh,
fun.
yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yes.
Just like on the
So-
box, it says for fans by fans. So that's why we are a little bit geeking out, because we are art fans ourselves. So
Yeah,
Yep.
that's why we like to do this. We like to, put the artists forward, give them more of a spotlight, because
like,
they are part
everybody
of
has
the,
a story. So
yeah, and they are part of the BAM family as well. So
And we appreciate it, especially with COVID. I mean, we're working to get our stuff out in front of people now. We can't do art shows, and so it's
Right.
been
Yeah.
really, really appreciate this sort of promo that you guys do for us.
no
and what's that
problem.
on your shirt there? I was gonna ask. I thought it said BAM at first, but it didn't.
We've got Skin and Soul Tattoo. This is
Yes.
a couple of friends of mine own this in Bellevue, Washington, and it's one of the top rated Seattle area tattoo shops. And
Nice.
yeah,
Shout
so
out.
Very good. Shout out to Skin and Soul.
that's right.
Speaking of, where can people find you on social media?
I am all over social media. Here on Facebook, just look for Carrie Milburn, and my website, carriemilburn.com, and Instagram at Carrie_Milburn_art, and Twitter at Carrie Milburn.
We'll link it all below too, guys. So don't worry
Yes,
about
we
that.
will put all those links in the
Thank you.
description. I believe that's all I have for you right at the moment. I want to thank you for being part of the BAM family. Thank you for being
Thank you.
part of the Mod Squad. And just thank you for coming on and letting us interview you for a short time, taking up some of your day.
You
Thank
guys
you.
are awesome. I really appreciate it. This is a good time. I'm looking forward to checking it out.
Thanks.
I believe that does it. So as always, keep on bamming, bammers.
Stay golden.
I'll behave. See ya.